Another ancient book that was not included in the Bible. It's one of the most contested of early Christian documents, possibly even older than the Gospels themselves. I believe it is the key to understanding Jesus' original message.
I'm very sorry that the library is not in its proper situation. Because
The Library of the Greek Patriarch has the only complete copy of an ancient handbook specially written for converts to Christianity that was compiled when Jesus' family was still alive. The Didache gives a direct insight into what the very earliest Christians thought and did.
collection of the Holy Sepulchre.
It has never before been filmed. Can I hold it?
Yes,
Wow. This is like being close to the early church.
of course.
Wow. And I'm not using gloves, is that okay?
It's okay.
It's
I'm
okay.
not using as well. Yes.
Wow.
The book begins here. Οδό δύο ίσοι, μία της ζωής και μία του θανάτου. There are two ways, one of the life and one of the death.
The Didache, or teaching, contains a code of Christian ethics based on the original teachings of Jesus, and some instructions as to the proper forms of worship.
Διαφορά πολύ μεταξύ των δύο οδών. There is a great difference between the two ways. You see, this is
But what makes it so dangerous for today's Christianity is what it leaves out. There is no mention of the virgin birth, no mention of the resurrection, and above all, no mention of Jesus as God. They talk of Jesus in here as Lord and not Lord God, suggesting that they saw him as being more human than divine. How does that strike you?
In my opinion, in the evangelists, in the Gospels, and in the works of apostles, there is a balance between presentation of Christ as the Son of God and as the Son of man. The Lord, to whom we believe, is divine, but he is human.
And that's the problem. For 2,000 years, the Church has grappled with the balance between
Traveling across 2 continents, the Dead Sea Scrolls at the ROM is your chance to experience history like never before.
These cliffs on the edge of the Dead Sea are not somewhere where you wander by yourself in the summer heat. So I've arranged to meet one of Israel's leading archaeologists to be my guide. Professor Hanan Eshel has been excavating in this area for the past decade.
Out textile. The two that were wrapped with textile are in perfect condition. Now, this was the first time the scrolls were ever found. It's where the whole story started.
Before 1947, the oldest known biblical manuscripts were from the medieval period. Cave 1 changed all that. Suddenly, scholars had texts 1,000 years older. There was one complete copy and one partial copy of the Book of Isaiah. Discoveries were not the oldest examples of writing to be found. Hundreds of hieroglyphs and clay texts had already been uncovered in Egypt and Babylon. But in the land of Israel, writing had been on fragile parchment and papyrus. So the fact that the scrolls had survived for 2,000 years was a shock to the academic community. The scrolls also raised intriguing questions. They were written at the time of Jesus. Could they tell us about the origins of early Christianity? Might other caves be hiding a lost gospel?